Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. This is my Growing Up Crazy channel, not my main channel, Darlene Me Show. So if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please do. Today, I am going to share what I hope and think will be a helpful tip to my procrastinators out there. Big time procrastinator, because we are perfectionists. Believe it or not, a perfectionist is someone who usually has a messy home. Why? Because you feel like you have to do it all or you can't do any of it. And I'm about to change your life by telling you, you don't have to do it all. You just don't. I'm going to give you an example. Yesterday, I bought a shelving unit at Goodwill. I managed to get that in my car. The old me, if I never had to have anyone in my back seat, could leave that in the back of my car for weeks, months, years. I had Derek's Christmas tree in my trunk for a year because I brought it to my place to take lights out that were just like zip tied into the tree. He bought it that way, but the lights didn't work. And I put that in my trunk, and it stayed there for a year until I was forced to take it out for them for this Christmas. So I really can put things off. The shelving unit in the back of my car, I know with, taking Skylar and her friends' places, that it at least has to come into my apartment. And then, I have room in my living room. It can go there, and it could just sit there, again, for months. But that's not the way I do things anymore. I look at that, and it's 4 separate pieces. So what I did yesterday is I took just one piece out. I took one piece out of the car and I just left it there. That was my accomplishment for yesterday. Today, I have that piece soaking in my tub. While that's soaking, I went and got another part for tomorrow. That will be washed tomorrow. So one piece is soaking, so makes cleanup a little bit easier. I will take that one out of the tub today and put it aside. Tomorrow I will wash the next piece. I will also go get the third piece and bring it in for the next day. And I will do that until all the pieces are washed. It's going to take me, I started yesterday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the last piece will actually be washed. And then I can put it together. And then the big next step, which I'm not looking that far ahead yet because I'll start to get scared. The next thing will be rearranging the closet in the big bedroom and trying to figure out how I'm going to organize my stuff so that I can actually use the shelves that I bought, right? Because those shelves could just stay empty somewhere in a room because I don't know how to handle the whole big task of reorganizing. But what I will do is break it up into tiny pieces. And because I have you guys, it's going to encourage me to stick with that and to get this whole thing done. I'll be so anxious to show you the clean shelving unit, show you where I put it, show you what I put on it. See, it's going to get me through. I don't care if it takes me 3 months. It's going to get me through. I think I might be done a little sooner, but it doesn't matter. And that's not my goal. My goal is not to do this as quickly as possible. My goal is to do it in a way that is so completely easy for me that I will have no mental anguish over the fact that I have to do this task. It's really life-changing when you can break things up and tell yourself, that was enough. In fact, if, say, tomorrow, I'll just clean this other one too. I'll just do 2 today. No, I have to say no. Do not do that because I don't want the mindset that I have to accomplish more or that accomplishing more is somehow better because it's not. It's just accomplishing more. That doesn't mean that's a good thing. For me, that mindset is scary. So I promise myself that I will not do more than 1 per day. I will wash 1 of those shelves per day. I know it might sound ridiculous to people who don't have issues with this, but for me, it's like, I can breathe. I can breathe. Now, let's say that's even too much for you, because it could be. You could do something like this. Take one unit in, wash it the next day, but don't go get your other unit. The next day, take the next one in, and then wait a day, wash it. You can break it up any way that you want. You know, if I had taken all those legs off those shelves, I could have, if I wanted to, say, I will bring one leg in per day and wash it. I will bring another leg in. It doesn't matter how many pieces you have to break it up into. The thing is, you will eventually get it done, where if you look at the whole big picture, you might never get around to it. Never. And there are many people who do things like that. Buy things that need to be put together, and it's just sitting somewhere in a room, never touched again. That's how hoarding happens. You buy all these things that you have plans for, but then you never do anything. So you guys are going to get me through this whole thing. It's just a shelving unit, but it's something in the end that's going to make me very happy because I'll be a little bit more organized. Right now I have a bed in my sewing room that fabric gets piled on because I don't quite have enough room in the closet. It's going to take care of that. I'm so excited. Just always remind yourself that it is good enough. If you do something tiny, it is good enough. And be happy about that. Feel accomplished. Way back when I was so depressed, which I know now was all plant food related, I could see something, a piece of paper on the floor, and be like, why can't I bring myself to pick that up? Because it just felt like, what difference does it make if I pick that up when I have shit just everywhere that's unorganized? That's how it can get for people who procrastinate and feel depressed. We look at the whole picture. We don't look at how it can start by just picking up one piece of paper and putting it in the trash. If you went around your house for 1 year, just picking up one thing that you know you could throw away and just doing that, that's 365 things that you threw away in a year. One more if it's a leap year. And yeah, I'm going to talk more about stuff like this because once you start just making a tiny little change, you feel like, okay, I did accomplish that. What it ends up turning into is that you don't have to rush on all this past stuff, but you will start to want to take care of something new right away. Not let something else in the house if you think it might just sit somewhere. I still have issues. I have about 40 to 50 boxes, empty boxes in my sewing area because they're nice boxes. I can't bring myself to throw them away. That's how easy it is to fall back into this shit. So when I'm doing my shelving rearranging, I have to throw out those boxes. That's all there is to it. I know there's nobody that wants those boxes that I live near. And I don't want to be in the habit of gathering for maybe somebody can use these. Because I'm not going to go door to door and say, you want some boxes? So they have to go. They have to go. And I know some of you are saying, but no, those are useful. It's mentally draining me that I have so much space used up because I have empty boxes. So see, I'm not perfectly healed. I still have those ways, but I have to keep them under control and I have to nip it in the bud before I start gathering things that are not so easy to throw away. See, I know boxes are very easy for me to get rid of, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you that I'm going to do it. But things like, for instance, my neighbor gave me a brand new ironing board. And my ironing board is from my grandmother from years and years ago, from when I was a child. And I brought it because it's a sentimental value for me. But I was like, I can't pass up a brand new ironing board. And I brought it, and the next day I returned it to her. I said, I can't allow myself to have 2 ironing boards, so I have to decide, and I can't bring myself to get rid of my grandmother's old ironing board, so I have to return this. And she was fine with it. I said, I can't have things anymore. So I try really hard not to let new things in, but those boxes magically appear when I ordered fabric. So they had to come in, and it's hard. So it's ridiculous that I'm gathering boxes. It's just ridiculous to me. I did use a lot of them to make shelving units. That was great, but I'm not. I don't think I'm going to be doing that anymore. I think I have enough of that. So I have to get rid of those. See, it makes me nervous, but I can do it. I know I can. Just like I can accomplish this whole shelving unit thing. It's going to take me 5 days to do it, but that's okay. It'll be done in 5 days. Can you imagine? That's so much better than weeks. Pick one thing, one little tiny task that you need to do, and break it up into the tiniest pieces possible, and it'll eventually get done.